We're going to install Packet Tracer, which is a tool created by Cisco to simulate networks. We're going to use it to learn network fundamentals. I'm going to run this exercise in my Windows Server virtual machine on Amazon's cloud, although you can install Packet Tracer on your desktop computer. You can, if you're running Windows, it's probably easier just to put it on your Windows desktop. You can install it on Linux. It's available for Mac, but for some people it can be easier if you're having problems with your desktop just to use the cloud environment where we know it's a fairly pristine, clean environment. So I'm going to go into my console. I've started my lab. I'm going to go into the Amazon Web Services console. I am going to go to EC2. Oh, that's going crazy over there. I'm going to find my Windows server. Looks like one of my instances has passed its status checks. My Windows server is passed. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to connect to it. And I'm going to use the RDP client. I'm going to download that remote desktop file to my desktop. And I'm going to overwrite the existing file because the old one's going to be worthless because the IP address is different. Do I want to replace it? Yeah, absolutely. I do. So I'm going to go through the process of getting my password. I'm going to pause the video just right now so I don't show you that password. All right, I decrypted my password. So I'm just going to open that file now that I downloaded. I've got my Windows server connection. Don't ask me again. Connect. I'm just going to paste in the password that I copied. Do I really want to connect? I sure do. Now, here I am. So I think it's easiest in this environment. I'm going to delete that hello file. I don't need that file anymore. It's gone. I'm going to go ahead and install Chrome, and I'm going to install Bitwarden so that I can log in. I'm going to pause the video right now while I do that. Okay, so I'm in my Windows Server virtual machine in the cloud. I opened up a web browser with Chrome. I've got my password manager here. I'm ready to go. So I'm running everything inside my Windows Server virtual machine now. You can see the Amazon Web Services information over there. Again, you can do this on your desktop. We have to go to a different website now. We have to go to netacad.com. netacad.com. This is the Cisco Networking Academy site. Tons of great content here. Now, they do change this site fairly frequently, and at one point Cisco created a different website called skillsforall.com where they had other content. Everything's being unified here on netacad.com. I need you to register for a course here, mostly just so you get access to download the Packet Tracer software. You don't actually have to go through any of the course content here, but it's a little bit cumbersome, let's say. You need to create an account. So you can go to log in. If you don't have an account, go through the sign up process. Doesn't really matter what email address you use, just make sure you have access to it, of course. Your university account will work just fine. So go ahead and sign up, create your NetAcad account so that you can log in. You will need to remember this login information, so save it in your password manager. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in. I'm letting Bitwarden fill it in for me because I don't know what my password is. I'll let my password manager handle all that kind of stuff for me. I'm going to log in, and I don't want my browser to save this stuff. So I've got some stuff here. I've got a couple of different roles. I am an instructor, and I'm also a student, so your interface will be slightly different. So I'm just going to come back to the home page. You want to find courses let's go to networking. There's a networking essentials course. It's authenticating. Networking essentials, that's a good one. Online self-paced. Sure, let's learn more about that one. Cost is free. That's good. 70 hours to make it through all of it. So yeah, you want to do it, knock yourself out. So on this page, I'm going to click on Networking Essentials. I'm going to sign up today. And I'll do English. Sounds good. It's going to redirect me. Fine. If you have a netacad.com account, that account will still work on skillsforall.com. They are going to combine their websites, so no big deal. Now it says network technician. Fine, whatever. Change of names, career path in progress. Okay, that's just fine. Now, like creating an account and registering gives us access to the resources. So I have a direct link there, but sometimes you just got to poke around for it. Here's what we really need. We want the Cisco Packet Tracer download. Like all this setup is to get to this point where we can download Packet Tracer. All right, so scrolling down, Windows desktop version. Yeah, I mean, it's the graphical user interface. That's what we want. We're running 64-bit. Use the 64-bit download. I download that file. Once that's done, I'm going to close all the other stuff. All right, looks like my download is done. So I'm going to launch that Packet Tracer installation. Yes, I accept the license agreement. Sure, folder's good. That's good. Create a desktop shortcut. Sure, why not? Install. So it'll take a little bit. A lot of files, but it's not too bad. Since I've got that done, I can go ahead and just close the web page with the download. I can close Skills for All. I can close netacad.com. A lot of hoops to jump through just to download their software, but it's free. Which is what we got to do to access it. Do I want to launch Cisco Packet Tracer? I do. So I'll keep that box checked. You can always start it. There should be a link on my desktop. Yep, there's Cisco Packet Tracer. Here's this question. Would you like to run multi-user when application starts? Not particularly. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to be selfish and do it just for me. So Packet Tracer is going to start and we see the screen, but it's not going to let us do anything yet because we have to log in. So we just created a NetAcad account. So I'm going to log in with the Cisco Network Academy. So what's my email? I'm going to log in. Remember me. All right, now I need my password. And to be honest, I don't know what my password is because it's in my password manager. So I'm going to come back to my password manager and I'm going to search for NetAcad, NetAcad, and I'm going to click copy password and I'm going to paste it over here. What is that password? I don't know. I really have no idea. Okay, so I'm logged into Packet Tracer, and what do I see? I see the application here. I'm going to resize it just so I can have my instructions with Packet Tracer side by side. So this is good. This is what I want If you can get here, it means Packet Tracer is working. You're ready to go. We've got it installed. Now, just a little quick overview of Packet Tracer. So this is network simulation software. You can build computer networks here in Packet Tracer, and you can see packets move. You can see if your network's going to work. You could use this just to learn how networks work, or you could design your company's network using this software. So just a couple quick things about the interface. We have different categories of hardware. Like down here, we have network devices, end devices, components, connections. Those are your cables, miscellaneous, multi-user connection. These are the main categories. So if you click on any of one of these categories, you'll see different subcategories right down beneath it. So if we have network devices, we have routers, we have switches, we have hubs, we have wireless devices, all of that good stuff. So if we want to add a computer, we can click end devices, and it has an end devices subcategory, which is the most useful subcategory in that. So we have PCs, laptops, servers, that kind of stuff. You can just drag and drop stuff into your workspace. So if I have a PC and a server, I can drag and drop them. By default, the select tool is active. So if I drag, it'll select multiple. That's good. Sometimes if I want to delete something, I can choose this delete tool. So I'm going to delete that PC. Do I want to delete it? Sure. But I'm still in delete mode. So anything I click on now, Packet Tracer is going to try to delete. So I want to go back into select mode. Those are typically the two that I toggle back and forth from. I don't often resize things. I don't use notes or any of this other stuff that often. So those are the two most useful. Occasionally I'll put a note in here like, this is my server. So if I'm done with that, if I click somewhere else, it's going to create a new note. So I'm stuck in note creation mode. So how do I get back to select things to work with it? Well, I want to hit that rectangular selection box, and then I can click on stuff. Anytime you click on something, a piece of hardware, a piece of networking equipment, a window is going to pop up. If you click on the wrong thing, you can always just close it. It's not going to hurt anything. So yeah, that is Packet Tracer. We are going to use Packet Tracer quite a bit in the next labs to actually build networks. For right now, I'm going to close this. Do I want to save my work? No, I don't need to save my work. This is just fine without saving my work. So Packet Tracer is installed. I can start it up. Again, you might have to log in with your Netacad credentials, but we'll actually start building stuff with Packet Tracer in the next lesson.